Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel for another double deck tech episode, budget versus not so budget. My name is Esmond.
And I'm Paul.
And today we are talking about Atraxa from Phyrexia All Will Be One. It is like the old Atraxa, a lot of keywords, but with more text.
Different effect.
Different effects.
Different
and as usual, Paul will be doing the budget version, I will be doing the not so budget version, and I will begin. So the thing about Atraxa is that it doesn't really win by itself.
No.
Right? It's more of like a card advantage engine.
It's a massive card advantage.
7 mana, you get to dig 10 cards deep. So I thought, besides beating down like commander damage, it really helps you to find win cons.
Yes.
So as you can tell, my first two categories here are just easy win cons, and specifically win cons with different card types. Because Atraxa cares about different card types, right? So obviously the first one we're going to look at is Approach of the Second Sun. You cast it once, you cast Atraxa to find it again, you cast it again, you win.
Yep.
Or
Clean. Very clean.
yeah, very clean. Or you cast Atraxa, you find like Oracle plus Tainted Pact, it's creature and instant, or you can find like Planeswalker and instant. They all work, whichever one. Just two different card types. You cast them both, you win the game.
Yep.
You could do something with like Leveler or something like that.
Anything. She just finds you anything you want, right?
Yeah.
That's what she does.
And then next we have a way to get infinite turns. So we have a bunch of these creatures that just ETBs and returns an instant sorcery from graveyard to your hand. Then we have an instant sorcery that says take an extra turn. Then we have something that blinks Atraxa. No, sorry, you don't blink Atraxa, but it's good for blinking Atraxa.
Yeah. You can blink anything.
Yeah, you blink a creature that ETBs and recurs something. Could be like Eternal Witness even. And then you return this to your hand, you cast it, you get another turn where you do the same thing. Basically, you get infinite turns, right? So you're going to see a bunch of these effects, a bunch of these effects, and a bunch of these effects all throughout the deck because it is primarily in a blink shell. But the first step, well, I like to ramp. These are a lot of ramp options.
Good ramp.
Yep. Decanter and Thought Vessel are here because Atraxa, we're thinking it's going to draw at least like 5 cards.
Yeah. I think realistically you're talking like 3, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think 3 is about right.
But if you blink her a few times, you're going to get a whole bunch of cards in hand. So no maximum hand size is a big thing in this deck, I think. And then playing extra lands, turning them into all 4 colors, it's
Enchantment
great.
creature.
Enchantment creature, that's why it's here, right? Artifact creature.
Yep.
Finding lands. Mana Crypt and Soul Ring are here not just because they're efficient, but I think there are some like combo lines in here which I didn't put up there because they just give you infinite mana. There are some ways to do that. And yeah, other than that, just a good efficient ramp trying to get you to 7 so that you can cast Atraxa on time or even earlier. And then we want to, win more. We want to double the Atraxa value. So we have a very flavorful Elish Dawn. We have the original Elish Dawn, and then we have Yarok. So basically doubling all our ETB triggers, not just for creatures. This triggers on permanents, this triggers artifacts, this is just permanents. And then, like I said, this is primarily a blink shell. So we have all these blink effects that are essentially the same thing as a Conjurer's Closet. Every turn you get to blink them or you pay mana to blink them. And yeah, Eerie Interlude also protects them at instant speed. Ephemerate is here because it's just good, efficient, happens twice. Miss Meadow Witch, cheap creature. Rune and Miss Meadow Witch in particular can target any creature.
Yes.
So you can use it as tutor removal as well.
Yes.
And yeah, everything else is just very simple. We got 2 Planeswalkers here as well. So that's another card type that Atraxa can find. This is a board wipe thing. This one you can make creatures unblockable as well. We do have 1 payoff for blinking creatures, which is a Guardian Project.
Yep.
Just in case you want to get more cards. ETBs, you draw a bunch of cards. And then these are our other blink targets. Obviously the big one is Atraxa.
Yes.
But meanwhile, while you're trying to get there, you have some removal, some card draw, some blockers, recursion, card draw. Like I said, this is going to be the same thing essentially. More card draw, flexible piece. These are here because they are artifact creatures. So you can find them easily with Atraxa, and then just good removal.
Yep, solitude, solid stuff.
Yeah, good removal, good card draw. That is what this is. Then we have just a bunch of interaction, more efficient removal, counterspell, answers, board wipes, MDFCs, protection, counterspells, mana drain is kind of ramp as well. Then you got Path, you got no maximum hand size for
Yep.
Seagate Restoration.
Yep.
You got Board Wipes, Teferi's Protection, which you always should play. And
I
Swords.
disagree. I don't like it in this deck. I specifically avoided it actually.
What, Teferi's Protection?
Yeah,
Why?
I didn't like it because like I'm trying to blink things.
Yeah.
Phasing out is not blinking things. You need more blink.
But you need to protect the blink pieces. Yeah, and then we just have a bunch of lands, the mana base, the rest of the lands I would say. Removal, just good color fixing in general. Not so many basics, but yeah, you just got all the good staples of a 4-color card. 4-color deck. Honorable mentions, I guess these are the cuts that I had to make. So these were the ramp pieces that I cut because not enough basics for these.
Yeah.
And like, I think Wood Elves is very close to making it because you blink it, you find forests, which is pretty good. These are blink engines that I cut. I just think the ones that I chosen were more efficient. Displacer Kitten though,
Or for Storm.
I would say it has more combo potential
Yeah.
if you want to do more combos
Yeah.
with it. These are other payoffs that I had, more card draw,
Yeah.
and then other targets that I had. Like initially I went just blink control and just try and destroy and draw cards, but yeah, links in the description, you can just check it out. These are all the cards that I actually cut out. There are a lot of them. Yeah, that's it. In total, the deck I built is $1,082,
Wow.
of which $27 is Atraxa.
It's insignificant. It's laughable. It's so weak.
Well, let's see yours then.
Alright.
Alright.
So I am playing Atraxa. I have not stepped away from Esmond's original plan. I am playing blink control value oriented Atraxa. For the same reason, we both see the same competitive edge in Atraxa's ability. So because it's primarily a control deck, instead of going for straight into combo lines and aggressive combo lines, I have gone into a very slow control and value oriented approach. So I have very flexible removal ETB pieces using things like Acidic Slime, which can destroy artifacts and Traversal lands, right?
Yeah, removal.
We can get value using our Archaeomancer.
Combo.
Exactly the same thing. So potential combo piece. Callous Blood Mage is basically graveyard hit, potential card draw. This is a counter spell.
This is good. Yeah.
And a removal piece. E-Witness is get any card. It's a good card. Flicker Wisp is very, very versatile. So if you are a Death and Taxes player in Modern, you need no introduction to this card. This card's delayed ETB effect can be used to double as removal. It can be used to remove stacks pieces that are against your own. So you can run your own stacks pieces, for instance, and you can use Flicker Wisps to get rid of your own stacks pieces to get the effect that you want. You can use it to assemble blink engines that trigger on end steps. It's a very versatile, very powerful card. Frilled Mystic is a counterspell. Gloom Shrieker is basically Eternal Witness Part 2. Hostage Taker, you can use this to protect your own pieces. So you can protect your own creature, maybe a Flicker Wisp or something, and then you can start doing flickering shenanigans using Hostage Taker. You can also use it to steal opponents' creatures. Knight of Autumn is basically your cheap version of Lauren. It doesn't draw you cards, but the potential for life gain gives you an additional dimension to your deck, an additional route you can take to stay alive. Mnemonic Wall, you will see why this is here later. So I am basically full of Archaeomancer effects because instead of going for multiple types, I have just gone for instants and sorceries to complement this package. Mystic Stake is a counterspell. Obscura Insensibitor is a counterspell. Rex Sage is removal. Salvager is Archaeomancer Part 9999. Sunblast Angel is your repeatable board wipe. So it's sorcery speed, but a lot of blink effects are instant speed. So you can basically destroy tap creatures very easily. And Atraxa is vigilant, so it's never gonna hit you.
Yeah.
Right? Venser, this is potentially a counterspell, but if you can pull off an infinite blink with this can bounce all your opponent's permanents, including their lands. That will win you the game. Yorion is a very solid body. 4/5 creature is very strong and can also be used to assemble blink engines using things like Flicker Wisp. So your blink engines, in addition to those above, which are delayed blink engines, you have your Mist Meadow Witch, which can be used as protection.
Oh, this is delayed as well. These are delayed.
These are delayed, but yeah, they're more like it's an instant speed trigger for you to do certain things, right? So they can double as protection, whereas you don't really have the control with the above ones. So these can double as protection. Soul Herder is Thassa Deep Dwelling at home, right?
Pretty much.
80 cents. It does the exact same thing.
For 3 mana.
For 3 mana. It's even better. Why is everyone playing Atraxa? Eternal Wanderer is very easy to protect. Only one creature can attack it. It creates a blink engine, gets you 2/2 double strikers, which can take over the game. And more instant speed blink. So Cloud Shift for any of the effects that you want. Displace is Ghostly Flicker Part 2. Flicker of Fate, it's Cloud Shift Part 2.
Yeah, not too bad.
Ghostly Flicker is self-explanatory. Ghostly Flicker Part 3. Touch the Spirit Realm is removal, and you can also use its channel ability to blink.
I actually like Touch the Spirit Realm a lot. It's
Yeah.
a flexible piece. Honestly, I don't know if I considered it, but I would highly consider it for even my
I think
deck.
this is a really, really good
Yeah.
include for the deck. This isn't Teferi's Protection. So we have Eerie Interlude because a lot of our pieces are actually creature based. So rather than going with the enchantments and the artifacts, I've really gone with a very creature heavy build with instance as the secondary card type that I'm going for. So we have Eerie Interlude, which can actually flicker a lot and get a lot of value in addition to protection. It's a massive, massive blowout if anyone tries to wipe your board. And Laziel's Acrobatics is 1 mana more, but the potential for your double trigger is absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's insane.
Easy win conditions, Approach of the Second Sun. Peregrine Drake is also a very easy win condition because you have so many Ghostly Flicker type effects and so many Archaeomancers. So this will easily get you your infinite mana, your infinite, and whatever effect you have lying around from your infinite mana can then be used to continually blink the Archaeomancer and whatever else you have lying around. That will definitely win you the game. Atraxa is very, very mana intensive.
Yeah.
And a lot of the creatures that are used to get removal effects are also sorcery speed. So if you want to play a control plan, as far as possible, you want to hit instant speed. So to do that, I've gone with Leyline of Anticipation and Vivian Champion of the Wilds. There is argument that you could put in a Vidalcan Orrery here, but it's above my budget, so I have not put that in. If
Right.
you have that, go ahead, go for it.
Right.
This is a lot of value. This is Command the Dread Horde, right? But you don't need to pay any life. All the creatures come back as 1/1 spirits with flying, and your downside is that you don't get the full power of the creature. But the upside of playing this specific card in this deck is because we have Eerie Interlude and Laziel's Athletics and all the blink effects. When you blink the same thing, you just get the original creature back, and then you get the ETB to happen again. So that gets you a lot of potential value.
It's a good one actually.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's a good backup plan.
It's a very good backup plan. It's like a one shot, you can get all your value back, rebuild instantly. It's a good time. And then we have our board removal. So your standard control pieces, you know, my counter scroll is in all my blue-black
All
control
your decks,
decks, all my decks. So these are like my standard packages, right? So my counter scroll depopulates like a board wipe, disallow, that triggered ability and the trigger activated ability effect is very, very sneaky.
I don't get it. Why are you not playing Counterspell?
That's a good question. You should be playing Counterspell. It's just that I think it's a bit boring. And no, I also like that. I like that this hits the triggered and activated abilities. I think that is worth paying 1 mana more.
I mean, in addition to this, you know, like maybe instead of negate or like spell
The thing
swindle.
is that I think like Counterspell is like, okay, so the double blue is always something I mentioned. This is double blue as well,
Yeah.
but being 1 mana more implies that it's a slower card. Dovin's Veto, so 2 mana, cannot be countered negate, is very good. Fracture is very, very versatile removal. Negate itself, path standard, shatter standard. Spell Swindle, Atraxa is a lot of mana. If you can get like a big spell of this, get a bunch of treasures, cast Atraxa next turn, it's fantastic.
Mana
It's a
drain,
good time.
mana drain at home.
Mana drain at home, good time. Better than mana drain if you have the mana for it because treasures is colored mana.
Oh yeah.
Could be relevant. Swords, standard. Wash Away, this is a 1 mana counter your commander, right? And can double as a cancel.
Yeah.
Pretty decent card. Nothing fancy, just standard ramp and fixing. So we got Arcane Signet, Azorius Signet, all the Signets, Circuitous Route, because you can find like 2 basics with it. I didn't put any gates in. If you want to put gates, you know, that's on you. Commander Sphere can get you a card because all your mana. Cultivate gets you card advantage, and you know, ramp. Dawn Trader Elk is my standard package. Demir Signet.
Yep.
Dreamscape Artist is very, very good for 4 or 5 color decks because you can sack 1 land and you can search for 2 tags of land, so you can find that redundancy if you have a very high basic land count, which a budget deck will have. Felwar Stone gets you, someone's going to be playing one of your colors.
It's gonna
happen.
most of the colors, yeah.
I'm not going to talk about this. Omen of the Hunt is a enchantment, so that's an additional permanent type that you could use. It has flash. You could blink this, and you can get, you can get something from it, right? Orders of Signets,
Rampant Growth. Okay.
right? Orders of Signets is just Signets. Rampant Growth is standard. Soul Ring is standard. Thought Vessel for the same reason, because you're going to be blinking Atraxa. You're going to be getting so many cards. Wayfarer's Bauble is a very good way to fix some mana for whatever weird things you have. Nobody tags their lands.
Who tags lands?
Nobody tags lands. So we got our Tri-lands with Arcane Sanctum, Opulent Palace, Seaside Citadel, Sandstep Citadel.
Budget Triomes.
Yeah, budget triumphs basically, right?
A lot of basics.
A lot of basics. Command Tower, Broker's Hideout can get you a lot of potential things. Obscura Storefront gets you a lot of it. So these are like your Evolving Wilds Part 2, 3, 4. Terramorphic Expanse, so very standard stuff.
Okay.
Notable includes that are not in the deck that you can actually still fit in and keep it sub $100. A very, very big include that I have not mentioned is Thassa's Oracle, which is also in Espen's deck. If you can pull off an infinite blink with Atraxa, the Thassa's Oracle will definitely win you the game. Yeah.
You just keep blinking Atraxa, drawing
drawing
cards,
your entire deck basically, because it gets you any card type, right? And if you get infinite blink, your Thassa's Oracle will win you the game. A Landman won't, because you need to actually draw a card. But Thassa's Oracle or a Jace will definitely win you the game. So that's an honorable mention on my part.
I actually didn't think of like that, like Atraxa drawing all the cards. That seems like a good way to win. Just assemble infinite blink, blink Atraxa.
Infinite blink.
Yeah, so and the last thing is that the deck is $70. So minus away Atraxa, which is like 20 something, $50 deck.
$50 deck.
Yeah.
And the axis I think that both decks work on, other than the win cons, I think like the initial ideas and the blink ideas are still the same. I haven't included Panharmonicon or Elish Norn because those are win more cards. As a value oriented deck, I'm more concerned about not dying and being able to consistently get my value. So I'm just going with one at a time.
I mean, Atraxa just having so much text, so many words on it makes it just a strong commander with 4 colors as well.
7 mana lifelink vigilance flyers. You're gonna block for days.
So that's it for our new Atraxa build. We actually did the old one if you want to check out the previous videos. Check out all the other deck techs we did as well. Now we're doing this budget versus not so budget style of deck tech. Yeah. And if you want to suggest commanders, you can leave a comment down below or head into our Discord and just talk about Magic, give us some suggestions how to improve this series and what other commanders to build. Otherwise, thank you once again for watching, and like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.